Tonight, we have some incredible new video showing a meteor crash landing near an erupting volcano. Take a look at this clip from Afar TV on YouTube. You can see the meteor coming down here. But what comes next might be much more interesting. Do you see this? This mysterious orb of light seen rising up from the landing site. This volcano is in the Philippines, and this clip is raising so many questions tonight. Let's discuss with Professor Avi Loeb, renowned theoretical physicist, Harvard professor, head of the Galileo Project. Professor Loeb, always a joy to see you. So good to see you again. I want to bring up the footage again as you can walk us through what we're seeing here. What do you see in the video, and what goes through your mind here?
Thank you so much for having me, Natasha. We see a strike of a meteor, which is not at the volcano, but actually behind it. And then the light coming up is most likely the glint from a satellite reflecting sunlight. There are more than 10,000 communication satellites moving around the Earth. So it's not very unlikely to see such a thing.
So you think that this is completely unrelated, that that light has nothing to do, it's not originating from the meteor or the meteorite, it is literally an unrelated satellite that is reflecting light?
Right.
Oh, okay. So in your opinion, this is not a UFO?
No, not at all. A UFO obviously is a mixed bag. Most of the time, these are phenomena that are related to human-made objects or natural phenomena like we're discussing. And in this case, we have a combination. A meteor is natural and the satellite is human-made. When we consider UFOs, the challenge is to characterize the object enough to rule out the possibility that it's human-made or natural.
And it's just a total coincidence that it seems to be following almost that exact same reverse path.
Right, but right now, satellites pose a major issue for astronomical observations because they present light in the sky. And there are lots of streaks that are observed in exposures from astronomical observatories. And that's a major issue because we used to run away from city lights, but now there are city lights in the sky.
Very interesting and well put. I want to get your take on this as well. It's now being reported that White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller discussed amnesty for UAP whistleblowers with Congressman Eric Burlison, who's proposing a 60-day window for those with information to come forward. I assume you support this. Why is this so important?
Well, it's very important because so far in the two batches that were released of UFO videos, images, and documents, the data was not good enough for us to identify any object of extraterrestrial origin. And presumably there would be much more information available from people who work within government that have knowledge of things that are much higher quality data, and in particular whether there are any materials from crash sites, as David Grush argued in his testimony in Congress. And in fact, David Grush himself will be involved in a public event that will take place on Tuesday in 10 days or so, where he and Representative Burleson, Moskowitz, and Representative Luna and Representative Burchett will discuss possible revelations with the public about UFOs. So the fundamental question is whether there is classified information or materials that were delegated to corporations that are of much higher significance. And of course, having amnesty to whistleblowers would be fundamental in allowing this information to get to the public.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be speaking with Congressman Burchett tomorrow, so we'll be discussing that as well. Let me ask you, with the time we have left, there's also this theory going around that the CIA is monitoring certain ancestry or genetic type test websites for genetic markers that could help identify potential aliens living among us. Your thoughts on this? Is this a real possibility or just another wild theory?
Well, it's possible that some people are speculating, but I think it's extremely unlikely that if we are visited, we will have biological beings that share our DNA, because our DNA is a relatively recent phenomena here on Earth. Humans existed only for the past few million years, and before that, the DNA looked very different, as we know, among many species on Earth. And moreover, it has a particular chirality where the molecules are organized the DNA is right-handed, so to speak. And if aliens come here, it's not clear whether they would be organized, the molecules of the DNA of them would be organized right-handed or left-handed. And obviously, we should not shake their hands, let alone have babies with them, because all the diseases of DNA that is left-handed would be unprotected as far as our bodies. I mean, it would pose a health risk for us. So I would argue it's very unlikely to have a DNA that matches life forms on Earth coming from another star.
We shot a couple of full podcast episodes together, Professor Loeb, and that's one of the things I remember. If you ever meet an alien, never shake its hand. That's what you told me. I'm keeping that top of mind. Professor Avi Loeb, always a joy. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.